There are moments in every wrestler's career when the curtain falls quietly. No fanfare, no farewell, just silence. A match ends. A show fades to black. And the next morning, the future is no longer what it seemed the night before. For Maven Huffman, that moment came in June 2005. He didn't know it at the time. None of them ever do. It was a routine 6-man tag match on WWE television. Nothing that screamed significance. Nothing that felt final. He teamed with the Heartthrobs, young, hungry, flashy, and squared off against Rosie, the Hurricane, and Val Venus. A mid-card collision. A blip in the larger WWE timeline. The kind of match that comes and goes. But for Maven, that was it. That was the end. His final appearance under the bright lights of a WWE ring. His final performance before the company closed the book on his chapter. He didn't walk into the arena thinking, "This is my last night." He didn't lace his boots with melancholy. He didn't look into the camera one last time. No, that's not how it happens in WWE. The end comes quietly. And it's only in hindsight that the signs make sense. Years later, speaking to the fans directly through his YouTube channel, a space far more honest and personal than any scripted promo, Maven sat down and pressed play on the match. His own match. One he hadn't seen in nearly 2 decades. As the footage rolled, his voice took on a reflective tone. Calm, mature, almost amused at how unaware he was then. He revealed something unexpected. A few months before that very match, he had signed a brand new deal with WWE. A better deal. A bigger deal. More money. More years. A sign, he thought, of the company's faith in him. He was wrong. Because not long after, it all fell apart. That's the thing about WWE. Sometimes a new deal isn't about investment. Sometimes it's about tying up loose ends. Sometimes it's about ensuring a smoother exit. And the signs had been there. But he hadn't seen them. He had felt them, perhaps. Felt the shift backstage. Felt the coldness in the conversations. Felt the creative staleness of his role. But he didn't piece it all together until it was too late. Watching the match now, Maven saw the writing that had been on the wall. And yet back then, he had wrestled like there was still a future. He remembered walking into that match with hope. Maybe it would lead to a new storyline. Maybe the trio with the Heartthrobs could gain some traction. Maybe, just maybe, someone in the back still believed. But belief fades faster than push. He wrestled his heart out that night. He always did. He had carved a career out of fighting for every second on TV. From Tough Enough to the midcard, to becoming a 3-time hardcore champion, Maven had beaten odds. Not with charisma, not with politics, but with grit. He was never supposed to make it. He was a reality show winner. A concept, not a star. Many expected him to flame out. Many wanted him to fail. But he didn't. He won titles. He made moments. He even eliminated The Undertaker from the Royal Rumble, an image that still circulates every January when nostalgia hits. And yet, none of that saved him from the quiet end. He spoke openly about the days after his release. Confusion, anger, denial. How could a company hand you a new contract, then walk you out the door? How could fans chant your name one night, and forget it the next? That's the business. He realized over time that WWE doesn't operate on sentiment. It operates on movement, momentum, marketability. If you aren't moving the needle, the machine moves on, with or without you. He holds no bitterness now. Only understanding. Time has a way of turning wounds into wisdom. He laughed while watching the match. Not bitterly. Fondly. He pointed out little things, how green he still looked in certain moments. How energetic the crowd was. How the Hurricane made everyone better just by being in the ring. And when the match ended, so did his WWE career. Just like that. No farewell. No locker room speech. No, thank you for your service, moment. He packed his gear, went home, waited for the next booking. But in the weeks that followed, the call came. The release was official. And it didn't make sense. Not then. He had done everything asked of him. Kept his head down. Stayed in shape. Did the loops. Played the part. But in WWE, that's often not enough. He later learned that the company was shifting gears. The ruthless aggression era was accelerating. They wanted bigger names, edgier angles, higher ratings. The time for projects like Maven had passed. He became a casualty of a creative overhaul. And now, nearly 2 decades later, he shares this story not as a complaint, but as a lesson. To fans, to aspiring wrestlers, to anyone who thinks loyalty guarantees longevity. It doesn't. WWE is a machine. You either fuel it, or you get replaced. Maven doesn't regret his time there. He cherishes it. He remembers the pop when he won Tough Enough. He remembers the chaos of the hardcore title. He remembers standing in Madison Square Garden, the crowd electric, his name on the Titantron. And now, he remembers how it ended. Not with betrayal, but with silence. And in that silence, he found peace. Because for a brief moment in wrestling history, he mattered. And no release letter, no forgotten storyline, no executive decision, can ever take that away.